Task environment. The task environment includes those sectors that have a direct working relationship with the organization, among them customers, competitors, suppliers, and the labor market. Customers. Those people and organizations in the environment that acquire goods or services from the organization are customers. As recipients of the organization's output, customers are important because they determine the organization's success. Organizations have to be responsive to marketplace changes. Consider Encyclopædia Britannica, where sales of the set of 32 bound volumes declined from 100,000 in 1990 to barely 3,000 in 1996. Customers no longer had time for door-to-door salespeople and no longer wanted a £129 set of books. Managers knew something had to be done. They followed a carefully planned strategic transition to remake Encyclopædia Britannica into a totally different organization by 2012, when the last bound volumes were printed and the company's digital strategy was fully in place. Managers placed heavy emphasis on their K-12 customers, where Britannica's high editorial quality had always been appreciated. Content is updated every 20 minutes by teams of scholars from around the world. Today, more than half of U.S. students and teachers have access to online Britannica content, and the service is growing even faster overseas. The company also has around 500,000 household subscribers who prefer quality and credibility over Wikipedia's quantity and free access. 7. Competitors. Organizations in the same industry or type of business that provide goods or services to the same set of customers are referred to as competitors. Competitors are constantly battling for loyalty from the same group of customers. For example, in early 2013, Samsung became the world leader in smartphone sales, topping Apple in several countries, and the competition has gotten even hotter as Samsung has stepped up the challenge in the U.S. market. The company held its first promotional event for its flagship smartphone, the Galaxy S4, at a packed event at New York's Radio City Music Hall. Apple's iPhone still has strong brand loyalty, but the buzz at the moment is on Samsung's side. A survey found that first-time smartphone buyers preferred Samsung by about a 3-1 margin. "This is Samsung's time right now," said Gene Munster, an analyst at Piper Jaffray. 8 Suppliers. Suppliers provide the raw materials that the organization uses to produce its output. A candy manufacturer, for example, may use suppliers from around the globe for ingredients, such as cocoa beans, sugar, and cream. Supply chain is a network of multiple businesses and individuals that are connected through the flow of products or services. For Toyota, the supply chain includes over 500 global parts suppliers organized by a production strategy called just-in-time JIT. 9 JIT improves an organization's return on investment, quality, and efficiency because much less money is invested in idle inventory. In the 1970s, the Japanese taught U.S. companies how to boost profit by keeping inventories lean through JIT. Instead of months' worth of inventory, there are now days and even hours of inventory, says Jim Lawton, head of Supply Management Solutions at consultant Dun & Bradstreet. Lawton points out that there is a downside, however, one that became dramatically clear after a March 2011 earthquake in Japan. If supply is disrupted, as in this situation, there's nowhere to get product. Labor market. The labor market represents people in the environment who can be hired to work for the organization. Every organization needs a supply of trained, qualified personnel. Unions, employee associations, and the availability of certain classes of employees can influence the organization's labor market. Labor market forces affecting organizations right now include 1. The growing need for computer-literate knowledge workers. 2. The necessity for continuous investment in human resources through recruitment, education, and training to meet the competitive demands of the borderless world. And 3. The effects of international trading blocks, automation, outsourcing, and shifting facility locations on labor dislocations, creating unused labor pools in some areas and labor shortages in others. Changes in the various sectors of the general and task environments can create tremendous challenges, especially for organizations operating in complex, rapidly changing industries. Costco Wholesale Corporation, with warehouses throughout the world, is an example of an organization operating in a highly complex environment.